Welcome to BattleTech in the Morning with Captain Nips. I'm Captain Nips, this is the BattleTech Backer Beta, and it is Thursday on a somewhat chilly November morning. So yesterday I put a bunch of pieces together trying to investigate Breaching Shot and Multi-Target because Apex as a pilot build looked really weird to me in the pilot roster. And yesterday's match went basically about as well as I could possibly have hoped for at the height of my hopes. And I will probably never again be able to match that sort of performance in recorded history, which is sad, which means I've already peaked and we're heading downhill, ladies and gentlemen. But you know what? There's still some things to poke at in this beta, and there's still some concepts I think that are worth putting out into video form. And most of this, people have been playing the beta this long at this point probably already know all of this, but it can't hurt to at least point out a few things, if not for my own recollection down the road, because I am getting old and my mind wanders and forgets things. But sometimes a new player comes along and maybe this will be helpful. So Breaching Shot is great. It defeats Bulwark, it defeats Guarded, it defeats Cover, but you have to fire a single weapon system at a target for it to be useful, which means there are only probably a handful of weapons that are actually worth trying to use with Breaching Shot. Now I went in and I looked at all of the weapons that are in the game, looked at all the game files, or at least most of them, to get an idea of what I was looking at. And so I would like to present to you, the viewer, the Breaching Shot weapon tier guide, which basically is just all of the weapons broken down by maximum damage, but it's worth pointing it out. So we've broken it down to a couple of tiers. The top tier weapons clearly are the Autocannon 20 and the LRM 20. And when we eventually get into the campaign game and the technology moves forward, the Gauss rifle is absolutely worth consideration. I did look at the game files. It is hiding in there. It's not equipped to any mechs that we know of, I think. I'd have to go back and check. But 75 damage is easily worth putting on a mech with a pilot with Breaching Shot. You can do some real harm with the Gauss rifle there. And then you get down a step to weapons that are, you wouldn't feel terrible about firing a lone shot with some of these guns. You got your Autocannon 10s, you've got your LRM 15s, you've got your SRM 6s. Surprisingly, the SRM 6s, because you wouldn't think a single SRM 6 is worth firing by itself, but it does as much damage as an Autocannon 10. Now, there's caveats from the usable tier down into the okay tier. PPCs, Autocannon 5s, and then you start to scrape the bottom of the barely worth firing as a single weapon pile. You get into your large laser variants. The large pulse laser is in the game files. It is currently marked at 45 damage. I don't know if that's where it will land when we get the game, but assuming that's where it is. Your LRM 10s and your SRM 4s. Everything else is in the don't bother tier. There would be very few. I can see a scenario where you would maybe multi-target and fire a single medium laser at something to get a Breaching Shot while you're also Breaching Shot something else with your, I don't know, Autocannon 20. So there's times where maybe the smaller weapons would be usable with Breaching Shot, but it's not something I think that you're intending to come into the game with as a plan. You're not coming to the match bringing a single medium laser and hoping to Breach Shot your way to victory. But so here's another thing that you need to consider. The weapons that are at the top of the tier usually are the only, okay, let's back up this a little bit. If you have a mech and it is mounting an Autocannon 20, it is probably the only Autocannon 20 on the build. Now, there are builds with dual Autocannon 20s, but we don't have any currently in the beta. Usually what you have with most of the mech builds is a mix of one or two of these larger, heavier damage weapons with a bunch of smaller guns on top of them. You get your Autocannon 20 with a handful of lasers, or you get your LRM 20 with maybe a PPC and some other lasers. So The question you have to pose to yourself whenever you decide to use Breaching Shot on a guarded target is the damage output of a single weapon fired commensurate to just firing my entire alpha? So if I have an autocannon 20, let's just make up a crazy scenario. Let's say I have an autocannon 20 and 7 small lasers, and I happen to be in small laser range against a guarded target. It actually probably makes most sense to fire everything there, because the additional 7 small lasers is another 140 damage, plus the 100 damage from an autocannon 20. That's 240 damage. At 50% reduction is 120 total damage, versus the 100 damage you would do with a Breaching Shot autocannon 20 cannon shell. So there are times, and it gets more picky. You have to be more selective about it as you go down the tiers. Like, clearly, a single autocannon 20 shell almost always going to be your best bet. But is a single PPC shot going to be your best bet? Especially when it might definitely have a bunch of backup lasers. 3 medium lasers is enough to then maybe want to fire the PPC with 3 medium lasers instead of just the PPC. So think about these things as you're in your matches. Think about total expected damage with the 50% reduction from cover or bulwark versus the Breaching Shot single weapon damage. So to play around with this today, it's slobber knocker time. We've had enough. We've all had enough.
Welcome, Commander.
We've all had enough of that wonderful indirect fire. LRMs for days. It has literally been LRMs for days here at BattleTech in the Morning headquarters. So today, we're going to put most of the LRMs away, and we're bringing as many large guns as I feel comfortable bringing to one match. And I kind of do want to have, I wanted to mix some LRMs in, but I'm not going to be standing back with this, although probably the AI will. So today, in a slobber knocker of all the heaviest stuff we can bring to the table, maybe not all of it, but a lot of it, Atlas Victor Awesome Orion. You got your autocannon 20s, you got your PPCs, you've got your autocannon 10s, you've got your LRM 20, and I think the Orion's got like a 10? 15? 15. You got a 15. We're gonna move up, and we are gonna just rip open with high alphas, and we are gonna Breaching Shot and multi-target for days, because we're gonna be at a position where we can actually see the targets and have more than one. Whereas the other team set them up with Bulwark. And I'm just gonna rip into this. And then to really just we're gonna go to Death Valley, because cover, I was gonna say cover's for chumps, but no, cover's for smart people that don't want their mechs shot up.
Commencing deployment. Mech warriors, prepare for combat.
And I think in this game I'm actually going to push in a direction where there isn't a lot of cover, because what I want to try and make happen is have the AI try to use its bulwarks so that I can punch through it with Breaching Shot and get into a damage race where nobody's getting any damage reduction. I will probably lose this match. I'm just gonna throw that out there. Probably gonna lose this match. Oh, also, by the way, pilot-wise on my side, Apex and her twin plus 2 Bobs. The Bobs have been refit. They've been re-engineered with Breaching Shot and multi-target. So they're basically like worse Apexes. Now, I want to pick a fight in place where there isn't a lot of cover. Unfortunately, there's a lot of cover. There's actually a surprising amount of cover on Death Valley. There's the trees here. You get the trees off on the left, the trees right here in front of us. There's some trees way up on this ridge. This corridor here is pretty vacant for cover. You've got the rocks, which might get in the way. You've got some of these mineral fields, which I have been told, has been pointed out to me, maybe I'm being a little hard on
the move.
As a potential source of cover.
Heading out.
So maybe I'll stick a mech into a mineral field today. We'll see. We'll see.
Something I can do.
Continuing the long shuffle forward.
No problem. Yeah? What can I do you for?
Standing by.
Oh, Big Daddy Atlas. You are such a slow mech.
Moving out.
Speaking of slow mechs, I had an idea for tomorrow's video that's going to involve some tinkering with the game files that should be really, really dumb. A nice palate cleanser for the end of the week from all of this very intense study into the game mechanics. Because let's face it, if we're not doing this for fun, what are we doing it for?
What's up, Commander?
Alright, what do I want out of life here? I want to, let's see, he's got autocannon 10, he's got LRM 15. He probably, so what is going on here? Oh, rough terrain. Aha. Good to know. I'm actually going to do more stability damage is maybe not ideal, but I do want to get past this rough terrain. There are some sneaky terrain types in this game if you're not paying attention. Rough terrain is a sneaky one. The mineral fields are really obvious, but
Commander.
I feel like
Moving to position.
if you're not paying too close attention, you can get, catch an edge of one. And actually that has more to do with some of the roughness of the maps at this point. I mean, I expect the final game will have, so there we go. Some of these weird edges of terrain will get ironed out a little bit. I can't imagine all of it will get ironed out. You're just going to have to be aware, like, all right, this hex here somehow is not rough terrain. It's right on the edge of all these rocks, but not. Whereas this Orion is actually standing up on a rock, which I guess is not in the rough terrain. No complaints. Honestly, the environmental artists and game developers working on the maps are a delight. I love those guys at Hairbrain. I love their work. Because honestly, like, the level of
I wonder who this is.
artistic care that's put even into these beta maps is really nice. I really like these maps. They've got some rough spots, but I love them so. Hey, look! Both lances have a heavy. Let's try and do something with that. Can we do anything with that? We're not going to do anything with that. So, just throw some reserve on there and see if their Orion can move up. Alright.
Something I can do.
I got jump jets. Is there anywhere I can go where it matters? I could move. I could just move. Maybe we're a turn out yet. So let's just move for somewhat safe positions to start. Hunker down. Fracas is gonna happen soon. I actually don't like the fact that the enemy lance is gonna get the mineral field and I'm not. So the way the mineral fields work, it's worth pointing out. If I can get someone there to have it show up. It causes a penalty to your weapon fire if you're standing in the mineral field shooting at a target out of it, but it causes a bigger 2-hit modifier for enemy units targeting you in the mineral field. So it is a net, it is sort of a net positive, but also I don't like it when my guns can't hit. So I tend to stay out of them.
Full speed it is.
I wonder if it counts as cover. I can't imagine it counts as cover. Because it doesn't say gives cover or something along those lines. Because then it would be interesting to see if Breaching Shot actually defeats that, but... Let's get this... Actually, you know what? Let's not get this awesome so far. Who am I putting forward here? Who's my tanks? I actually think my awesome needs to hang back a little bit because he's got that whole minimum range problem. In fact, I'm just going to shut off this small laser to help me dial that in.
Aye, aye.
Alright.
Here we go.
Running atlases. Move yo chunky butt. Alright.
Yeah?
Alright. Let's get ourselves some lines of sight and... Ooh boy. Lines of sight and targets. Let's line this up. Here, what are we looking at? Curious about the minimum range in the LRMs. Yep, that's what I thought. Okay. Well, I guess we're just going to have to do a move-in force kind of thing here, because some of these targets aren't going to be at particularly optimal ranges for everything. Look at that. Like, on cue. Moved up and guarded. I don't have a second... I don't have a good second target here. Alright, so let's multi-target this out. We're gonna make you A. We're gonna make you B. Does B get any better? 20% better is better. Let's turn off the... Alright, so here's... Like I mentioned before I started this whole thing. Here's one of those cases where you need to weigh your options. The LRM-15 is going to hit this Victor, and it's going to Breaching Shot. So we're definitely going to defeat the cover there. The guarded there. But I've got all these guns. So if I fire just the autocan 10, that's 60 damage, defeating the guarded damage reduction. If I fire everything, that is an additional 50 plus possibly 40, which is 90. 90 plus 60 is 150. Cut that in half, 75. So assuming everything hits here, it makes more sense, since I've got the heat scale and I've got the ammunition, to just rip into this Orion here with all of the remaining guns. At least for now. That situation can certainly change, you know, say... Oops, there we go. Shot to the arm. Get some laser and missile action there. And then... Breaching shots. That seemed alright. That came out okay. And now that picture will certainly change as heat scales go up and things move around. And this Orion gets hammered.
Commander, I'm taking some hits, huh?
Come on, Bob. Keep it together.
Yes, Commander.
Let's see. Who we got back
Standing
here?
by.
Oh, I'd actually love to leverage all three PPCs.
Yeah? What can I do you for?
Let's move the Victor up.
Consider it done.
And I'll be splitting my fire again. We're going to make this guy Alpha, this guy Bravo. Bravo's going to take... Ooh, maybe not. Maybe we flip this. Alpha's going to take the AC-20. 85, 70, 70, 60. Yeah, that's not great, but I can easily over double my damage firing both the lasers and the SRM versus just firing the SRM at Bravo. So let's do that. Drill him.
I got him.
Oh, good shot to the arm. And then it flipped off of it so fast I couldn't actually tell what it did. Pretty sure that was a solid arm hit. Yep. Almost stripped the armor off. Speaking of arms getting shredded. That's more torso than arm, really. Picking on Bob.
Aye, aye.
Alright,
Awaiting
let's
orders.
move Chunky up in here. Oh, hello. Somebody decided to not guard or bulwark. Well, we're going to fix that real shortly. But to do that, I need to know where my minimum range on the LRMs are at, and that I can get line of sight to everything. These are straight lines of sight. Here we go. That's what we like.
Moving out.
This should work. The Atlas is crazy tall, turns out. Let's turn on all the guns. And let's try that multi-target again. Alpha's getting the LRM. Bravo's getting all of the everything else. He's got some movement modifier going on here, I think, which is why these numbers are dropping. But you don't have cover guarded, which means you're getting plowed. Send the LRM.
Acknowledged. Multiple targets.
Ignore your bulwark. Oh, autocannon 20 goes wide. That's not helpful. We send in all the little guns. Ooh, all that heat. All that heat. So much heat. This is going to be a very hot match. Left arm. What's on the left arm of the Victor's? 2 mediums. Yeah. Not ideal.
Oh boy, that's bad.
Alright. Can my awesome find 3 targets? Yes. Can it put them all at medium range? Or optimal range? No. Oh, that stinks. Is there another spot she could be? Nope. Alright, well. I'm just going to do this anyway.
Moving
Because
to position.
I want to see. I mean, I know this is the Atlas. Yeah. What I wanted to see was whether it had decided to guard itself or not. I guess it couldn't have had bulwark. It moved. Anyway. Oh boy, keeping track of all these things. So we're going to multi-target again. I'm going to throw one shot at this guy. This guy's... You know, why not? We're going to get B. Oh no! Oh, there we go. For a second there, it wasn't taking C. We're going to turn on the small laser. And that's going to be Bravo. And we're going to put 1 PPC on Alpha and 2 on Charlie. Well, 70. It's... Actually, where are the PPCs in this thing? It's in the torsos, I think? Yep, both torsos and the one arm. That's why the one arm has better chance to hit. Yeah. Yeah. It's not ideal, but that's fine. Take these shots.
Engaging multiple
Also, I'm
enemies.
probably going to just melt myself firing with all these guns. Pew! Pity laser. Didn't melt myself yet. Alright. Woo! He's falling down.
Hitting my inner.
Oh, he's not falling down. Amazing. Alright.
Yeah.
Bob. We got options. We got lots of options. So... I'd love to get, like, a movement modifier out of this. Actually, even getting the cover wouldn't be the worst thing, but that would run slightly antithetical to the experiment here. So I'm just going to move him back a smidgen. Turn this upfield.
Aye, aye.
I'm going to multi-target. You're Alpha. You're Bravo. You're Charlie. Alright, so... can either put the LRM-15s on Alpha, or I could put the Autocannon 10 on Alpha. The LRM-15 has a slightly better chance to hit, so let's flip this to Bravo, or can't even hit Charlie with it. Alright. Actually, it looks like the only one I can hit with the Autocannon 10 is not Charlie. So we're going to have to make this Charlie. That's not great. These are all just going to hit the Victor. And I need to check my heat because, whoo, boy. How about maybe not firing all these guns? Can't quite drop enough off. I'm not used to having to juggle quite this many numbers from a single attack, which is not cool. This is a lot of number juggling.
I'm gonna make some trash.
Also, this is ooh, laser crit. Also, this is doing one of the things that I really don't like. You don't want to do. You don't want to spread your damage. Spreading damage is bad. Spreading damage does not kill targets. Spreading damage just kind of sandpapers things and doesn't actually contribute kills. I like to focus my damage, as is happening to Bob's Orion here.
That was a hard hit.
As he goes down. Oh, he is gonna get drilled by everything now. I think it's time to perhaps
Yes, Commander.
perhaps
Commander.
do a little bit of gang up action here. Let's see if we can gang up on this Victor, since it hasn't decided to bulwark quite yet. And check the heat. We're going to drop the LRM off. SRM-6 and a medium. Or do we want to keep the SRM-6 and drop 2 mediums? Nope. There's where we're at. Heat is a real problem. Refire penalty and terrain. Terrain? This guy's standing on the edge of the... He is. He's standing on the edge of the mineral field. Man. Fine.
Engaging target.
Oh, come on, baby. You cannot miss with those autocannon rounds. Yep, here we go. What was that? What was that? That looked like a melee attack. I just got phantom melee'd attack from 3 or 4 hexes away. What the what? What in the actual was that? Alright, well, the game has officially decided it's going to cheat from now on, so we're going to... And it stood in place! Huh? Oh, okay. What? Literal what? Oh my god. What is happening in this match? Earlier in the week it was a Locust stuck on a hill. And now it's a Victor throwing melee attacks from 120 meters away. Man. What a game. What a game. Alright, we're going to put that on Bravo. One of these on Alpha. Do I really only generate that much heat? Really, game? Oh, I don't actually believe you. No? Yeah? No? Okay. Alright, so here's one of those situations where do you fire with both the guns or what? So I'm definitely putting 1 PPC on Bravo up here. That's easy. Easy peasy. Question is, do I fire both PPCs at this guy or do I not fire both? Because it's damage-wise, it's a wash. I can do 1 hit of 50 because of breaching shot, or I can do 2 hits of 25 because of cover. Now the trick to this is, what does your 2-hit percentage look like, and do you think you can get the hit? Ah, man, numbers are hard. I'm just gonna I'm just gonna do it.
Splitting target.
Alright, so we land both hits, we get the full 50 there, we get the full 50 there. Perfect. Numbers are hard. I'm just gonna keep repeating it. It's my mantra. I'm gonna have to get in here and root these guys out with physical attacks, aren't I?
I'm gonna need a medic.
Oh, come on. Come on, Apex. Keep it together. Keep it together for crying out loud. Okay. What do we got? A Victor. Victor with stability issues. Heat's not too big a problem yet. What a mess. What a big frackin' mess. Heat's not an issue at the moment, so I want to try and leverage what I can against all the targets that I can. I also want to try and position my mech in a way that is... I was hoping to maybe guard my left side, but let's just take this move here. Now, both of these are guarded, so we're back on the back on this plan. Wow, 50% chance to hit. So we're going to fire the autocannon up here at the Orion, and I'm just going to spray down this Victor because he's got garbage terrain protecting him.
I got him.
Leg shot. Not great at this stage of the game.
I'm taking heavy hits, Commander.
How did Bob survive that turn? Bob Alpha. Bob Alpha, stand up. How did they not fire on him while he was downed? Alright.
Okay, back on my feet.
Bob's left side is a little wrecked. I need to try and salvage it as much as I can. We've got some targets down in front. Give up my right side to these guys over here. Got a lot of heat. So let's go Alpha, Bravo. Let's see what we got. Standing up sucks. Standing up sucks. Standing up is terrible and sucks. Because 2 hit percentages. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm actually just gonna brace. I'm gonna clear some heat. I'm gonna guard myself for a turn. Clear those cruddy 2 hit percentages. Oh, now he's going down.
I think I broke my collarbone.
Keep it together, Bob. Keep it together.
Aye, aye.
Speaking of Bob, which Bob is that?
Awaiting
Did
orders.
that Bob already go? Yeah, that Bob already went.
Standing by.
Wait, that Bob hadn't gone. That was Beta. Alright, get up.
Alright, I'm up. Let's go.
Heat's a problem. This guy somehow isn't standing in the mineral field. Oh boy. Alright, well let's just...
On my way.
Because his 2 hit numbers are going to stink. Yeah. Yeah. That's real unfortunate. Man, those mineral fields are a problem. Well. Fire all the guns. Just say, F it. Hope that some of it gets through and does some chip damage.
You got it.
Oh, my lord. Well, we got the center torso open, so got that going for us. Oh, look. it decided to actually move up into physical contact for this melee attack. How kind of it to actually obey the laws of physics this
Losing
time.
armor.
Aye. All these knockdowns. I'm getting wrecked. I'm getting absolutely wrecked.
Commander.
No. Stand up. Refuse to take that sort of abuse. Get punched, son.
Moving to position.
Right through the center. Just tear out the heart. Or tear off the arm. That seems alright as well. No more autocannon for you. Oh, speaking of autocannon.
Commander, I'm hit.
The token split fire. That's cute. What a furball. This is gross. Dun 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 dun. I wonder. Alright, so it moved. Means it's in a bad way. My heat situation's not great. What kind of armor does this have on the back? 75. It's got 110 structure left in the CT. 75. What kind of numbers am I looking at here? I'd really love to get out of line of sight of some of this other garbage, but actually, yeah, I can. Not all of it, but a good chunk of it.
On the move.
If you want to get up into my face, I'm going to make sure you pay for it. Just going into overheat, not going into shutdown, although it's kind of hard to tell with orange on white there. Alright, this would be great if you just drilled him 3 shots through that center panel, please.
Firing at enemies.
Well, 2 of them. 2 of them did the job. Man, I snuck a knockdown in there. Alright. Yeah, you're fine.
Starting to cook.
It's a good thing that BattleTech has never tracked
Internal damage.
like collateral damage or incidental fire, because that autocannon round certainly looked like it might have hit my Orion instead of the Victor it was being targeted at.
Yeah.
Hey, look! A downed mech. You know what we do to downed mechs? We do bad things to downed mechs. With as much heat scale as we've got to give. Oh, we can even put the LRMs into it. Actually, we got the heat scale for it. Let's line up some targets here. There's an Alpha. There's a Bravo. These missiles are garbage anyway. Let's make this happen. A little bit of overheat. I'm getting a little reckless, but if it kills... Oh! I think that Victor just bit it to an ammo explosion. No, it didn't. But it's not got a lot going for it. 46 structure left in the CT. Wow, he's going down. He's going down and swinging. That's fine. We're gonna even that up real shortly. Aye. All right.
I'm hit. Yes, Commander.
Ugh, Lordy.
Right here.
There we go. Stand up. Listen. I know Apex, you're kind of getting bounced around a little bit here, and it's not the greatest
Stance, Commander.
thing in the world. Your 2-hit numbers aren't the greatest for it. There's so much. There's a lot going on. Is what I'm saying. There's a lot going on. But if you'd be so kind as to literally just punch this guy's lights out, just center torso. That'd be great.
Let's see how you like this.
Perfect. That's what we like to see. Remove targets.
Mech destroyed.
Victor down. What a mess. What a just a furball. Meanwhile, ooh, took one in the face is what you did. Poor Bob.
Aye, aye.
Let's see if we can return the favor. We got 3 bulwarked targets, which means if it weren't for some heat scale, I would go for 3 PPC shots across the board.
On my way.
Let's do some multi-target action here against these guys because their 2-hit numbers aren't going to stink. And check the heat scale. There we go. Still overheating. Still not ideal, but we're going to apply pressure.
Target confirmed.
Oh no! Oh no! I screwed that up. Days since last misclick, 0 again. Boy. So much for multi-target.
Okay, not good.
Speaking of multi-targets. Keep it together, Bob. Keep it together. Alright. Ooh. Oh. Oh. That seems like real bad policy. That seems like exceptionally bad policy. Alright, let's do this right. Let's do this legit. I want to sneak in on the edge of that. He doesn't have any long-range weapons. Yeah. Alright, here we go.
I'm on the move.
Use this Atlas as cover. Sorry, Apex, but there's an enemy Atlas to be plunked. Man, this thing's got a lot of armor yet. Let's just try and make it vulnerable then. We're gonna aim for the center of mass. Check my heat. It's overheating. Yes. Recognize this. Just gonna take the shot.
I got him.
Work that middle. That's not ideal.
Hey, what's the heat?
That's an arm and a shoulder, and not even actually sure what that bit is. That's the hand. Yeah. Wow, that really fell apart, didn't it? I have to go back to the manufacturer on this. That is yeah, you expose it to a little bit of heat and suddenly all the parts pop off like a Rock'em Sock'em robot? Really? Really? Well.
Yeah?
Well, that's what we have to say to that. Speaking of overheating. Let's, well, our arms are actually in a good position here. How about a little bit of overheating? Just a smidgen. I swear to all that is good and holy, if this overheat causes the head to explode, I am gonna just... I'm not gonna rage quit.
Aye, aye.
But, come on. Okay.
It's hot in here.
Okay.
I'm gonna puke.
He didn't spontaneously explode. His cockpit did not melt. So we got that going for us. Speaking of things that are going for us, how about this Atlas doing something that's not just punching a victor over and over again? Dun, 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 dun. Here we go. Turn. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen. I've somehow lost sight of the Orion up here because my lead element Atlas has lost track of it. I kind of want to get to another spot that I can split my fire, but I'm afraid this guy is going to be inside LRM optimal range, and that's not going to help. Nope, nope, nope. Alright, well, I'm going to take this spot. I'm going to turn. I'm going to face. You cheating SOB. Getting Bulwark off of literally just powering on. Man, look at this. Look at this mess. Alright. Let's try this multi-target again. Let's see what we got going on here. I can throw the LRMs at this guy. He's literally the best target for it. And why not? Okay, so Alpha, LRM. Bravo. Autocannon. Charlie. All the guns that are remaining. Going to defeat the guarded Bulwark position with single shots here, and I'm going to defeat it here by just throwing a whole bunch of guns at it.
Multiple targets.
Yep. I wasn't expecting that right side to hold up forever. Which is unfortunate. Oh, hello. Thank you.
Standing by.
Heat situation. Let's just... I'm going to take a look at the numbers here. 70s, 80s, 95s across the board. 95s across the board. Make you A. Make you Bravo. And we're going to take a look at the heat scale here. That goes into shutdown. Yep, that's what I thought. I'm not interested in shutting down quite yet, so I'm just going to toss a pair of PPCs at the shutdown. Awesome. That could not have been less effective, short of being complete misses.
Something I can do.
And I have the numbers advantage. God, what has this Victor got left? He's still got his autocannon 20 arm. And all that ammo. I need to be careful of positioning here, though. Try and give up my left side as best I can. I'm not going to be able to give it up to the Orion, but might be able to work some position on definitely that Atlas. Maybe also this awesome overheat warning seems like a bad place to be, considering his mech was exploding. Ah, what the hell.
I'll make him dead.
I missed, didn't it?
That's a miss.
Thank you, Bob, for letting me know, because I wasn't
It's
quite
like
sure.
a steam bath in here.
I can't take much more of this.
Does anybody else feel like this match is kind of just all over the place? Because I feel like this match is kind of just all over the place. Boy. Got focus. Got focus, but not enough guns for it to matter. Oh, man. Or heat, for that matter. You know what? Boy. What did I just do? Nothing. Alright, we're going to clear some heat. We're going to clear some stability damage. We're going to guard.
Battle mech power up detected.
Good for him. Ugh, not great.
Aye, aye.
Something I can do.
So, who's got
Awaiting
heat scale
orders.
to work with?
Commander.
She's got heat scale to work with. Let's take this opportunity to move down here.
Moving out.
Good numbers. We like good numbers. Let's make them better.
Come on, people. Let's make
Also,
it
she's got
happen.
4 injuries? Oh my god. Well, I better do it now before she eats it. Let's turn off the LRM-20, since that's not going to do us much good. And let's drop 1 medium off. I'm hoping for overwhelming center torso damage here. I need to do 110. AC-20 hitting center mass would go a real long way to making that happen.
Affirmative.
That is a leg. That is the opposite of helpful. Ammo explosions are alright, though.
Critical hit.
I'm willing to accept that.
I'm starting to cook.
Couldn't tell. Hey, look, it came out of the mineral field. Hey, look, it's going to punch it. Her right... Oh, in the arm. Alright. I was going to say right in the chin, but...
Internal structure damage.
Yeah, you're fine. Keep it together.
Yes, Commander.
Let's do something. You know what? Here's a thought. Does guarded protect from DFAs? And the answer looks like yes. Perhaps it does? I actually kind of want to know. Does it protect from DFAs? I can reach the Atlas down here. That actually might not be a bad opportunity. This is hitting it from the right side though. Can't get here. Give up my back. Just throw caution to wind. Say screw it. Give up my back over here. Bob takes. Oh, it doesn't give up. I can't get the front there. Alright, well. Science? Or victory? I really want to know about the science here. So I'm gonna dive bomb on this guy. So he's got guarded. I'm doing 100-point hits, which means if they hit, it should only do 50 unless it's defeated by... I wonder if... Is he going to get it because it's not a single hit? If I charged instead? I can't charge, though. Oh, so many unanswered questions. Let's just try and resolve some of this with some science. I would love to hit that right side, actually. And get the arm. Take both hits to do it. Actually, probably won't get it. Probably won't get it for the simple fact that guarded is going to strip this damage down. Well, I did some damage. I couldn't tell you. Maybe it did do the full amount. That's a lot of armor that got stripped off. Huh.
Standing by.
Huh. Speaking of armor stripping, that's not what's going on here.
On the move.
What is going on here is a punch with that good old battle fist. Come on, center mass. Party laser. What a mess. Well, Apex is going down. She's probably going to die from hitting the ground.
They're blowing through my armor.
Alright, knockdown and...
We're
Pilot
down
killed.
back.
I really look forward to the day that the piloting skill check and the guts skill help prevent pilot damage from knockdowns. Not having a proper seatbelt check is kind of a thing that bothers me.
Right here.
Speaking of things that bother me, I want to nuke somebody here.
Okay, I'm on it.
Let's see. Alpha there. Shut down over here. Get some small weapon action on this guy. Throw my LRMs at the Atlas and hope for the best.
I'll make them dead.
We're officially into one of those situations where you scream, "Why are you not dead yet?" Oh my god. Well, alright, that was left side. Could have been worse.
I'm taking internal damage.
Couldn't tell.
Aye, aye.
Let's see. You know what? Let's hit the reverse button on this. Can we get back up, back far enough? Nope. Alright, we do it on a normal move. Yeah, buddy, we can.
Move order confirmed.
Oh, and I think I'm gonna get the right side here, or the left side. Consulting my flashcards. Nope, still front. But I have all these PPCs, and if even one of them sneaks through, this is good. This is good shot. Come on, good shot. Give me a good shot.
Firing on target.
I somehow managed to hit the head,
Critical hit.
but not managed to hit anything of consequence. Ugh. If I win this match, it is because I will have dragged myself across the finish line.
Yeah?
This is unreal. Let's see. You know what? You actually have more back armor than front at this point. Let's just say screw it and point my back at that Orion and invite it to give me the loving embrace of at least some medium lasers and a missile rack. Meanwhile, target is not guarded. Somehow. Oh, because through melee attack. I shouldn't have looked. I shouldn't have moused over. Somehow managed to get this guy down to a single point of structure left in its head. Drill it.
You got it.
Oh my god, it hit the leg. This is going so poorly. Oh man. And yet I'm still competitive here. It's 3v3.
Right here.
If I can just sneak any amount of damage in on this Atlas, it becomes a 3v2. I think I have to just go all out here.
I'm on the move.
Also, I'm curious why this guy still hasn't gotten a chance to move and get his Bulwark back up. Overheat? Well, that... Yeah, ugh, boy. Alright. It has 7 structure center torso. A single SRM missile gets the job done. 2 LRMs will get the job done. Let's see what happens. Yeah, alright. And I somehow managed not to cockpit the thing at the same time. Ah, boy, what a mess. Nope, that arm wasn't going to stay on for much longer, so not super surprised. You know what I'm surprised by? This guy giving up position on me.
Okay.
Time to go ham. Leg shot could be better, just saying.
Awaiting orders.
Somehow I can't... There we go. I was going to say, I can't get line of sight to this. Awesome. What are you smoking, game? Oh, that Orion is in such good shape. How does it still have its autocannon 10? I thought that was in the arm. Oh, it's in the torso. Oh, I remember now. It's kind of like a mini Atlas. It's got it right there. Torso. Sure enough. Oh boy, what a mess. Let's... No stability warning, that's fun.
On the move.
How many more knockdowns can my team take? Is it worth splitting my fire? 80s and 85s. 95s. I think I just need to start focusing down on targets. Especially when I can get the triple salvo off.
Target confirmed.
Oh, that is a solid arm shot. Screw you, PPC arm. Send that one back to the manufacturer for refurbishing. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This is bad. Oop, nope, that's bad. This is gonna end poorly. Somehow survived that. Somehow survived that. Huh. Go figure. Alright. Speaking of surviving things, but just barely. Oh, that's right. Heat's still an issue over here. Well, let's tag this guy while he's down. Heat situation. We're overheating still. Guess I'll just fire the LRMs and... Yeah.
I'm gonna make some...
You know what? Hindsight, I probably should have shot at that side torso that was damaged because I could have maybe snuck a crit in on the PPC, but... Oh boy, what a mess. Yep, he's done. Wait. Did you seriously stand up and... Okay, that's what I thought. And the party laser goes off. Splendid.
Standing by.
Right, so... Got focus.
Move order confirmed.
Again. Got a target. How much heat can I give up? Just into overheat. Likelihood that this torso goes exploding from heat. Oh, let's also do this right.
Hot damn, let's do this.
Please drill this guy. Drill him hard, drill him long, drill him to death. That was a salvo. That was a
My mech's heating up.
real saucy salvo, but this is going to take it on the right side. Oh wait, the right side's alright. It's the left side that's fine. I need to get my flashcards back out, ladies and gentlemen. I'm really sorry. Like, a left from my right, again.
Right here.
These sorts of mistakes are just inexcusable by anyone that has at least a kindergartner level degree. Is that how that works? That's how that works, right? Mm-hmm. You know what? I'm just going to keep taking shots. Oh, this one is actually not a great shot. So many reasons that's not a great shot. Haha, you hit a rock. Go suck eggs.
Yes, Commander.
Alright, speaking of sucking eggs, I need to do something to fix this whole heat situation.
Moving to position.
Mostly by just not firing all these PPCs. Hey look, there's a modifier I don't normally actually look at. Heat +1. Good to know. Let's drop one of these bad boys off. Gets us back underneath the red line. Hitting the side. What we got going on here? 28 in the leg. 106. So here's a weird thing. He's guarded, which means my shots are only going to do 25. If I fire both PPCs, they're only going to do 25 damage apiece. I'm not going to kill it. And in fact, unless both PPCs hit the leg, I'm not even going to shear the leg off. But if I only throw one, and let's throw the correct PPC here, and this hits, if it hits center of mass, I'll have done the same amount of damage. But if it hits the leg, I actually shear the leg off. And I think it's more likely, it seems more likely that one PPC firing will hit a leg versus two PPCs firing and both of them hitting the leg. Also, this frees up some heat scale. Or, you know, you could just shoot the moon, shoot the stars, shoot buildings in the distance, you know, shoot anything that is not that mech. Bob. Or was that Apex's twin? I've actually lost track of this one. That was Apex's twin. Bob's doing okay. Bob's doing what Bob needs to do to kind of just stay in this fight. Speaking of which, he needs to give up his left side a bit more. Why is that number so terrible? All right, let's do some moving. There we go. That's better numbers. Let's try and give up the left side. I can't. You know what? I can't really give up the left side in a way that helps. Let's just do this.
I'm there.
And I'm just gonna LRM my way to victory with a breaching shot.
Target.
Kill a heatsink, sure. This is a real bedraggled mess. What a mess.
Standing by.
Guess what, buddy? You gave up your bulwark.
Moving out.
You know what that means? It's time you got drilled. Honestly, I'd love to take the leg, but I'll take anything that's... Wow! Never mind!
Go down.
Apex Twin putting the pinpoint damage on center of mass and dropping that awesome. Woof! She was not happy about the previous round, apparently. Making up for lost time.
Nothing I can do.
Alright, what do we got? I got 2 to 1. Kind of like more like 1.5 to 1, given the state of my mechs. I need to get me some lines of sight, preferably with a gun that can actually do some damage.
Aye, aye.
Coming out of the trees seems like a real bad idea, but hitting this guy with the LRM-15 and breaching shot is about my best option, because look at all that armor! Oh my god, this guy's got so much armor. Also, do I have...
Commander.
I do not quite have focus back, but it's gonna come back next. I have a sneaking suspicion. that it's coming back next
Moving to
turn.
position.
So I'm gonna set myself up for this in an astonishing flash of foresight on my part. I'm gonna breaching shot with 1 PPC, clear the heat scale for the inevitable. My Bob goes down and gives up fury or focus to me. Ooh, baby.
Internal damage, Commander.
He's taking it. Yep. Hey! Hey! Ain't that great?
Right here.
I didn't even need to give up a mech to get the focus back. That's fantastic. Now, what I want you to do, Bob, is I want you to move to a position that lets you leverage those LRMs some more, because you're doing good
On
work.
my way.
You're doing good work with that LRM-15 and your breaching shot.
I'm gonna make some.
And I would love if you opened up an armor panel, but ooh, yeah, no, all right, mission accomplished. That right side torso is open, and let's just not beat around the bush.
Awaiting orders. No retreat.
I planned for it, so I'm gonna do it. Lined up the shot. That's the target. Heat be damned. Actually, totally under heat scale. Come on, focus fire. All right, that's good progress. Good progress. Good salvo. Good salvo. We like that. Probably gonna sneak this one out unless something unfortunate happens in the 11th hour here. As the
Yeah.
as Bob on the hill continues to just hammer this guy with breaching shot LRMs. It's working for him.
Yes, Commander.
Meanwhile, I can apply 100. I can apply 75, or I can breaching shot for 50. I'm not feeling quite lucky this turn.
Copy that.
Let's just go for the breaching. Woof! So she apparently has a problem when I'm firing only a single PPC round. Oh no, here it comes. Here it comes. Oh, that's not where I expected that shot to go. Alright.
Commander, I'm hit.
You're fine. You're fine. I know there's blood in your eyes. I know that there's probably some shrapnel sticking out of your left side of your physical meat body.
Something I can do.
But you know what? We're winning this thing, Apex Twin. We're winning this on the back of an unmolested Bob. Holy crap. Oh, the techs are gonna have a field day down here. How do I not have focus back? Yep, I'm only at 85%.
Commander.
Alright, well. Keep giving you the opportunity here.
Roger that.
Ooh, there you go. There you go. Take this on the armor. There we go.
Yeah.
I almost want to give Bob the focus here, just because he's been doing such a good job. He's been doing such a good job with this LRM launcher. But frankly,
Aye, aye.
Bob doesn't need it. God, he almost snuck the kill there. All right, time to finish this. Let's finish this ridiculous match. Look at. All right, before we move on, I just want to take a moment, and I would like everybody to survey this battlefield, because this fight has happened literally within this like 210 meter on a side square. Look at that carnage! Oh my God, what a mess! Ugh. Hope High Command wasn't, expecting there to not be, casualties and material damage. Unbelievable. Apex Twin hits the leg and whiffs on a 95 to hit on a focus shot and cannot finish the job. All right, Bob, listen. Listen. We all know who the real MVP here is. Bob. Bob, do me a solid. Get us out of this match. 3 missiles. I only need 3 missiles to that center torso.
Oh, you want some of this?
Hallelujah! We take home the win. Oh, lords, what a mess. Well, I hope that makes up for all of the indirect fire over the last few days, because this is what happens when you get into a face-to-face fight. Everything falls over dead. Oh boy, what a mess. So what have we learned here today in this match that went 21 rounds, an hour and 3 minutes plus 5 seconds? I really kind of don't like multi-target. A, it makes me have to juggle a lot more numbers, and my brain doesn't like to keep up with that. B, it incentivizes splitting your fire. Those exact words, I remember those exact words coming out of my mouth like literally months ago. It incentivizes you splitting your fire when focusing down targets is the most efficient and effective way to remove threats. Granted, in this particular case, we have Breaching Shot that's trying to get around some damage mitigation that's getting in the way of our killing targets. It kind of worked for some definitions of worked. Look at this. Oh my God, look at this Atlas. This Atlas is basically intact. She died she died. She even died okay, so she took 20 points to the head. What's that? 2 SRM missiles and 4 knockdowns? God. Oh boy. Enemy forces, we had to do it the hard way every single time. Yeah, we definitely had to go and do it the hard way here. What a mess. God, we didn't even get the easy kill on the Atlas either. 1 structure point. So Breaching Shot, it's good. It's not great. It's a hard counter to another pilot skill that is, at this point in my mind, unquestionably overpowered. Is unquestionably overpowered in my mind. Bulwark. The fact that the only thing you give up to use Bulwark is a move which in many cases is not giving up anything at all, or in some cases, literally a bonus, say when you're standing up from getting knocked down, or when you're powering back up from a shutdown. Kinda hard to say that's not just a straight upgrade, nothing but upside. But there you go. We defeated it. We defeated the Bulwark. We defeated our enemy. Damage mitigation. And for this week and for, God, I hope forever, I'm just going to not, it'll be there in the background and I'll deal with it as I'm playing games, and I'm not going to focus on it as a threat to be solved, because, God, that is irritating and just, ugh. So there you go. That'll be today's BattleTech in the morning with a very exhausted and brain-weary Captain Nips, juggling all those numbers. I just can't. I just don't even. But there's one more day left in the week, and boy, I hope what I'm thinking pans out tomorrow, because it could be fun and it could be stupid and it could be silly. But that's for tomorrow, because this day is done. And I hope all of you out there have a wonderful morning, wonderful afternoon, evening, or night, wherever you are. Have a wonderful day. And I'll see all of you in the next video.